Hey, thanks for joining us. This is your host, James. I'm so glad that you are joining us today, wherever you're from and however you're listening. We would love it if you would share this with your friends. It would really mean a lot to us as just we are trying to share the love and hope that we have in Jesus over the next few weeks as we navigate the coronavirus and what that means for us to be the church to our community and to the people around us. So thanks for joining us, and we'll get started.
Well, hey there, good afternoon, Grace Fellowship. My name is James, I'm our Connect Pastor here, and welcome to the Rise Up Podcast. We are doing it now in the afternoon, just to change things up a little bit. The weather is getting nicer, people are getting outside. I'm praying and hoping with our leadership in the state of Indiana, that we can start to meet again eventually. I'm really excited about that, but until then we're going to continue to just connect with you online in any way that we can. So today I wanted to talk to you guys in a little bit more of an intimate feel. I'm in my office at the church right now, and yesterday, you guys will see this Sunday, but the power went out at the church, and I kind of got me thinking just about interruptions in our lives. Just how do we respond to them? How do we respond to things when they don't go well? So I wanted to read some verses today and just share kind of my what happened yesterday in my own heart and how God used that to give Him glory in the end. So yesterday I'm editing Sunday's video, putting it all together. I had to shoot some more video for it. So I was rushing. It was already Thursday afternoon. I really want to get it done by Friday. Of course I did, because God's good. But the power went out in the middle of editing, and it was just one of those interruptions where you're like, really? Like, it wasn't storming out. It was a little bit windy, but it was just like, why in the world would the power go out in the middle of my editing? So it's super self-centered, super about me and why is this happening? But I really got to kind of see where my heart was at. I was really, in a way, kind of glorifying my work and glorifying what I was doing to get done early so I could, go outside this weekend or whatever. And I really haven't gotten done any later than what I normally would doing this. But yesterday, power went out. I was like, you know what? I'm going to take everything home. I'm going to edit from there. I had to shoot one more video still. And on my way back home, I could just feel a lot of anger, a lot of kind of rage almost, just still like, I have to get this done. And I had two verses, and that's what I want to share with you guys today, come up in my mind as I was kind of praying to God, like, God, like, give me peace about this, because I can't come home angry. I got to be there for Tacey and Elliot, and they need me, and I was just in a place where I just needed to cry out to God, and that's what I did. And this verse was the first one that came to mind. It's Matthew 6, 24. It says, "No one can serve two masters. Either he will hate the one and love the other, or he will be devoted to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve both God and money." Well, in that, I can very much let my work kind of become my money in a sense. I take a lot of pride in my work and what I do. But that verse kind of struck me, like, I can either serve God in this moment of anger and rage and, my day being interrupted, or I can serve my work and I can, still be angry about it or not see a bigger picture to all this. So I was sitting in my driveway, and I pulled in, and I was like, I have to breathe. I have to breathe. So I sat there for a few minutes. I was like, God, just let this just be taken away from me. Let me be peaceful. Let me be calm. Let me have a better attitude about today, because it's not a waste. And And I went inside. I went inside. First thing I did, I kissed Stacy, kissed Elliot, and that changed my whole perspective for the rest of the night. It made me more lovable that night. It made me, serve Tasty and Elliot better. But it's amazing how much taking a moment can change our perspective of who we're serving. And in that moment, I needed to check who I was serving. Was I serving my pride or man in getting something done? Or was I going to serve God in this moment and say, God, would you build my character out of an interruption? Because that's often how Jesus did a lot of his ministry, was through interruptions. And the other verse that came to mind was Job 121, which is arguably my favorite verse in the whole Bible. I'll start at verse 20 though. It says, "At this Job got up and tore his robe and shaved his head, then fell to the ground in worship and said, 'Naked I came from my mother's womb, and naked I will depart. The Lord gave, and the Lord has taken away. May the name of the Lord be praised.' In all this, Job did not sin by charging God with wrongdoing." If you know the story of Job, Job was a really wealthy man. In a series of what seemed like a few minutes, he lost everything. Family, livestock, everything. All of his wealth was just gone. And this verse for me has always kind of been a life verse, because no matter what I have in this world, it can be taken away in an instant. The interruptions, I guess, whenever we are interrupted, we always have two options. We can cry about our circumstances. We can blame God. We can be angry at God. And I kind of was yesterday, just angry. And then the other is to do exactly what Job did. Not that we have to shave our head and take off our robes, but we can choose to worship. And had I not chose to worship last night, I think my evening would have been a lot different. So this is my encouragement to you guys. In this season of what seems to be a huge interruption for a lot of us, is to choose to worship. We can choose to worship wherever we're at, whenever, all day long. It changes our perspective. It changes how we interact with each other. It changes how we interact with ourselves. So that would be my challenge to you today. Take a moment, ask yourself, honestly, where am I at? Am I angry? Am I sad? Am I frustrated? And then you have a choice to make. You can choose to worship, or you can choose to stay in that anger. But my encouragement to you would be choose to worship. So that's all I have for you guys today. Again, thanks for joining us on the Rise Up podcast. Again, we're going to start doing this at 4 o'clock on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, instead of at 9 a.m. So thanks for joining, guys, and can't wait to see you guys on Sunday morning.